Iqbal Mohamed.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I rise today not just with grave concern, but with absolute conviction. And I will speak in support of the reason amendment from my honourable friend, the member for York Central, and with a plea for the government to pause, think, reflect, and bring back something that will work for the betterment of disabled people. Disabled people, this whole debate, I'm afraid to say, and I've been saddened to hear, has shed, not all members, people have been presented in a negative light. Disabled people are not a burden on society. They are part of society, and they make an invaluable contribution to our society as it stands. And the support that they receive allows them to make that invaluable contribution. If this bill is passed, it will do unconscionable damage to disabled people, their carers and families who are already on the brink of in this cost of living crisis. It will deepen poverty, increase hardship, and undo decades of progress in social security. And I urge the government to withdraw now and come back when it is fit for purpose. Myself and my Independent Alliance colleagues have been clear and consistent. We are acutely aware of the devastation this bill would cause. We have fought and will fight it every step of the way until a fit-for-purpose bill is before us. Yet today we are being asked to sign off on billions in cuts without any credible data. And we have a moving target where elements of the bill that are published will no longer apply when it comes back to this place. The department's analysis, we've heard 150,000 people would be pushed into poverty, maybe more than 20,000 children. And despite the talk of concessions, which were rushed out and tweaks made, they do not change the core injustice. This government wants to create a two-tier welfare system where today's disabled people get help, but tomorrow's they are discarded. New PIP claimants will have to pass a cruel new threshold to qualify for PIP compared to existing claimants. My question to the Secretary of State is, please can you explain to my constituents in Dewsbury and Backley who designed this four-point system and who defined the criteria by which somebody would qualify and not qualify?
Would the member give way?
I will give way.
Would the member agree that now is the time that the government actually needs to confirm what we're voting on? U-turn after U-turn, I believe members are confused.
I thank the honourable friend for his intervention. I will accept a government who listens and adapts and changes their approach in light of new evidence that is put before them. So I would congratulate the government for improving on the proposals. And I don't question the core intentions. I really don't. The waste and the unmanageable welfare state and how it has been mismanaged for 14 years to lead us to this point absolutely must be assessed and improved, but it can't be at the expense of support to the most vulnerable in our society. The bill is moving on to carers, so it's not just disabled people that this bill will impact, but carers. It slashes 500 million from the carers allowance, the largest real terms cut since the benefit was introduced in 1976. Carers save this country tens of billions of pounds in unpaid labour. Nearly half of them already live in poverty. Is this really the thanks that they deserve? And it gets worse. If an existing claimant loses their PIP on reassessment, which happens all too frequently due to assessor errors, they will be treated as a new claimant and subject to the stricter rules. This includes anyone moving from DLA to PIP. It is punitive, it is regressive, and it will erode trust in the entire system. We are told there will be consultation, but what consultation happens when a bill is pushed through in a single week without adequate scrutiny or engagement with those most affected? The principle of nothing about without us has been flagrantly ignored. We've heard, according to Scope, that the extra cost of living with a disability is already nearly £1,100 a month. That is not covered by PIP. By 2029, this is expected to top £1,200. Yet under this bill, those same people will be expected to survive without the support that they rely on. The government expects disabled people to shoulder £15,000 a year in extra costs and offers them less and less. The public sees through this. Only 27% support these reforms. Nearly half of those surveyed believe they will worsen the health of disabled people, and over half expect more pressure on the NHS. These cuts will make people sicker, more isolated and more dependent on an already overstretched service. The politics of this is damning. This cannot be about politics. This must be about the people that we are here to serve. So please, 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 go back and wait for the consultation to be completed and integrate the learnings and the feedback from the people affected so that this bill and this legislation can actually make a positive contribution to our society and not a negative one. Thank you.
Imran Hussain.